everyone to this Fireside chat with K3. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Sanjay Ladha. I manage the Microsoft practice for Infosys for the Americas. And in my role, I take care of the different areas around business applications, Power Platform, and modern work. Welcome, everyone. Good morning, Johnny. How are you doing today?
Hi, Sanjay. It's great to be here. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you.
Good to have you. So, Tony, you have recently assumed the role of a global partner, channel, and Microsoft Alliance VP at K3, and you've already set in motion a comprehensive charter in collaboration with the partner network. So, I'm really looking forward to this conversation.
No, it's a pleasure. It sounds a big title, big role, but one I'm really serious about, and it's great having the opportunity to talk through some things with you, yourselves and Infosys. So if I may, it'd be great just to start to kick off our conversation, because I think it's important that how we collaborate. So K3 and Infosys collaborate with really multiple partners globally with a whole bunch of and range of services. I just wondered how this partnership between K3 and yourselves, how special is it, and what is your outlook for our relationship going forward, and what are the significant parts of it?
No, absolutely. I think the partnership obviously is a very important partnership, and we value that greatly. Overall, Infosys believes in the distinct value that every partner can bring into, the overall program objectives which we have for different customers. Our customers have different needs, and it's important that we bring the right partners and solutions to them. And that's the way we have been able to develop that relationship of deep trust with them. In any partnership, right, whether it is end-to-end transformation, consulting, advisory, or support engagements, we really need to work closely with the partner, right? And it is that principle that's helped us actually develop the trust and build the vast partner ecosystem across services, the different add-ons, what we bring on, niche services across industries, and that leads to seamless adoption. We play our part as a system integrator, right, in bringing all of this together so that from a customer standpoint, it's a really exceptional experience for them. And we have been successfully delivering that, on this model for hundreds of projects that we have been executing in our global nature of our business. Now, the fashion industry has been growing very steadily for the last few years. The growth is expected to be in excess of 7%, during 2024 to 2032. That is over the next 8 years. And the US region or US market is going to be the highest contributor, right, for this growth. And the consistency for growth just, makes us believe that we need to have that very sustained offering and momentum in the fashion industry, which really is fueled by consumer preferences, the key areas which they are importance of them, the feature sets which we need to bring, and all of the digital advancement. And I believe, our partnership with K3 brings all of those missing pieces together, for our retail story. So I'm very excited.
And of course, we are as well. So that's really great. Thanks for that. Really interesting how you've brought all that together on that question. Thank you.
So now I had a question back for you. So retail has always been a stronghold for Infosys, but K3, I believe, and understand, also caters to a very targeted segment within retail, and that too of fashion retailers. Tell us a little bit about how these clients are different in their lives.
Yeah, it's a great question. Look, we've been working in fashion for many years as a sub-vertical of retail. And fashion is so dynamic itself across many sub-verticals. When you think about luxury and fast, niche, wholesale, retail, from the initiation of an Instagram page all the way through to a startup business. And those startups are rapidly growing, tremendously in the market. So we sort of touch from sporting goods through to footwear, from luxury accessories, in women's, men's, children's wear, all have their, what I call sort of unique attributes and how they take their products to market. The big thing for me, which is fundamentally different though, is around seasonality. And seasonality is always a challenge, and traditionally it used to be twice a year, but now it's even getting down to monthly changes based upon social trends and what's the next celebrity catwalk garment which comes to market. And because of that, that's the diversity and the agility of fashion going to market. And that's what keeps us awake at night and making sure we can getting our software right. Variance is a really big one. Let me just explain that. I mean, we naturally have style, color, size in our solution, and obviously that's fit for the market. But the volume of variance within that is huge. I mean, up to hundreds and thousands of variants associated to one particular item or garment. And equally, there's a lot of activity around ESG and corporate social responsibility and sustainability. And let's be clear, fashion has always had that focus on it, and there's been lots of press and market focus around what is fashion doing about sustainability and ESG and corporate social responsibility. So another one that's a big factor against some of the other traditional retail verticals. That's why the K3 team in our what we call now the fashion portfolio wake up every day and think fashion ERP. And we want to innovate and improve on what our offering is. And that's what I suppose makes us buzz every day, and supporting the likes of an Infosys on some of those opportunities and implementations we can collectively work on.
Well, absolutely. I think I just love the term you said, fashion ERP, and I very much know so, right? People, sustainability factors, so much important to customers today as they choose their brands and complete their shopping experience. And obviously, seasonality is so important. So thank you for that perspective, Tony. So Tony, I know K3 has key offerings embedded in Microsoft Dynamics 365, finance, supply chain, commerce, etc. What is your take on the market evolution with reference to continued supply chain disruptions, right, and the emergence of AI? Are fashion brands ready to leverage AI today to its fullest?
Yeah. I mean, that's a great question. If we don't have the big A in front of our discussions, then we need to be on that page, and we certainly are. I mean, we could talk about this for hours, but I think our focus, and particularly around where we do a lot of our extensions in the marketplace, supply chain covers so much in fashion. Again, whether you're fast, niche, luxury, wholesale, and you've got to try and get that right in terms of the supply chain management within retail, and particularly around fashion. And you've got to try and make it easy, or it could actually break a business if that's not correct and right. Agile supply chains are what I call critical to navigate some of the disruptions within the industry and have data visibility across all of those supply chain channels, is a must. And to get that right, then you can really exploit everything which AI can do. And we're seeing different businesses doing different things with AI, whether it be a start-up thinking around, is that the front end in terms of my co-workers in the store, or whether it's an extension on some collaboration activity in the back of the back end of the supply chain. I mean, one of the big things for me is, if we get that right, then we can enable AI in a better place. So whether that be procurement, logistics, manufacturing, better inventory control, and of course around ESG and sustainability. We're seeing greater collaboration using AI across all of that supply chain end to end. But let's be clear, it's early stages, and I think, we're all learning from the use cases in the market. So we're seeing those use cases, learn from them, and just think about what that next stage of capability is. We really want to exploit that fundamentally, but we've got to get the foundation right. And you previously said about you like round fashion ERP. Yeah, well, the ERP has to be right to exploit all of this wonderful AI capability out there. And our collaboration, I'm sure, will make that happen, faster and better.
Absolutely. I think we all are learning, our clients are learning in terms of how they can leverage AI. And I think you mentioned about the AI personas, also very important, right? As everyone goes through this AI journey, right? So thank you for that.
Yeah, and look, whilst we talk a lot all around software and the great things going out in the market, and obviously the Microsoft platform, the likes of Infosys, you've got to, navigate clients through, proper and tailored transformation programs to make this all happen. Without you, K3 hasn't got a business, because we obviously sell our software IP and support you on some of those implementations. So, it's a great impact regarding what that means for the multiple stakeholder groups which you're involved with within any organisation. We know it's not easy, it's not easy, but can you share some of those snippets from your experience, of the how, and how do we get wonderful software into those types of companies?
Well, absolutely. I think it's a great question, Tony, and thanks for bringing it up. In fact, obviously, all of these implementations may sound easy, but they're not easy. And that's because obviously you're working with people, right? People, different stakeholders within the organization. It's important, right, for them to collectively understand, right, the objective of that. So while, you do an implementation, across different areas, it's so important to really bring people together. When I talk about people, it's, so many people, right? It's the SI, it's the partner, it's different personas within the client stakeholder organization need to come together, to collectively bring it. So it's not, just one asset of this partnership, right? It's all of them working together, which plays. So I think that's fundamentally important. The other important thing is really credibility and trust.
I'm personally fired up myself and the sponsor in terms of making sure that this works. And also I'm aware, obviously the top takeaways from this partnership. I'd love you to just open some of those things up as part of this question. So over to you, sir.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think, I'm also very, very excited about this partnership as you are. And then again, I think the area where we are partnering is really a key focus for us, right, from the Microsoft practice. And retail as such, obviously from an Infosys standpoint, is a huge vertical segment for us. So we have a lot of deep relationships, several customers there. That just, helps us bring this partnership closer. It's one of the fastest growing segments for us. And I know we have had success in other geos that we really want to quickly replicate that success model, along with y'all over here. We have a great partnership with Microsoft, great partnership with K3. So I think the power of the three can come together and you just bring all of that value, right, which our customers so badly need. So really excited about it.
Yeah, well, we call it the, in K3, the sort of the trifecta. The trifecta is around partnership, K3, and obviously customer, but also where Microsoft sits on that as well. So customer being in the middle, but the trifecta is Microsoft partner and K3. And, without the three together, you can't do what we do. So that's so terribly important. So thanks for that.
Yeah. So Tony, now in your new role, right, you will be spearheading the global partner channel network, also overseeing K3's partners across North America, Europe, and APAC, so practically everywhere. So what's your take on this partnership with Infosys?
Well, I mean, our DNA in theory is quite simple. We build hopefully awesome products embedded in D365, finance and supply chain management for the fashion industry. That's what we do. And hopefully from this conversation, you can sort of get that impression. We work with partners at Microsoft. I mean, without them, without Infosys, without Microsoft, K3 doesn't have a business. It's quite simple. So that's what we do. And our partnership with Infosys is super exciting, not only about the acceleration in terms of our go-to-market in the US, but across, the globe. And obviously brands themselves, particularly the larger brands, trade globally. They make the born in the US, but they trade globally. And there's nothing better to have a global SI, across a brand and how they deploy within the countries across the globe. So that's fantastic. And that to me is really good. So whether it be Microsoft at a country or territory level, the nuances and the unique nature of fashion industry, will be great for our joint engagements, because Infosys should be able to bring all of that great talent together and have a one fit for the fashion industry in terms of implementations and support. So I'm truly excited about it. And what I love is also our team's collaboration as well. So not just about us not at the top table, but also the teams beneath in terms of collaboration of sales, the engineering teams, marketing, and the go-to-market function of bringing us closer together in the countries which we trade in. So I'm dead keen on making this all work.
Well, absolutely. Thank you, Pavan. I think we have a great interest for our partnership and really looking forward to doing so much together. So once again, thank you so much, Tony, for all of your thoughts today. It was great speaking to you.
No, fantastic.
Look forward to doing this again.
And I really appreciate the welcome, and more importantly, us doing business together.